Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is episode 4, but pretty much episode 3 because I did not do anything last episode. Today we will be tackling down there. I'm making it more detailed and looking more like a town. We'll also probably be doing a lot of mining for a cobble, and actually that's probably what I'm going to do first because I am very low on resources. So I'm going to do that and then get back to you with this little part. Alright, these are the spoils of my first journey into the mines. Next time I'll probably just go to my quarry and then only mine cobblestone. But I needed some coal because I am running kind of low. Oh. Scratch that. I am brimming with coal. Let's go, baby. Alright, I've actually been wanting to terraform this for quite a while now. Alright, I've cleared out all of this land. Now I'm going to replace these little holes and probably write all of this right here with sand. And I'm also thinking that I'll create a little oasis around these two pools of water. I think that'd be pretty cool. Alright, I've gotten the shape of it and I've replaced it with dirt. I'm going to go a little bit more around it, but I'm running out of dirt and I actually have to replace these holes as well. Alright, I'm going to pause working on the little oasis out there, and I'm actually going to build this windmill real quick. Well, probably not. It's definitely not going to be quick. First, I probably have to gather some materials, and then I'll begin work on this. Alright, I've got the base of it planned out, and I've taken away this top layer because it would just be annoying. I'm going to be running over most of these anyway, but I think I've got a good idea planned out. Alright, we had a bit of an incident, killing a lot of animals, but thankfully I needed food anyway, so awesome. I don't know how they spawned in here. Don't you dare. Oh, they're... Bruh. Great. I'll deal with that later. I think it's looking pretty decent so far. Just need to detail the bottom and actually do the windmill thing. I don't quite have a method to my madness, especially not in 1.0. It's just little textures here and there that make it look a bit better. Alright, I think it's time to work on the actual mill, the wings, whatever, the blades, whatever they're called. Alright, I think that's looking good. Maybe I'll bring it up one block. I'm not sure. I'm gonna get a bunch of white wool and then see how it looks. Alright, well, it seems I've lost all my sheep, or I simply never had any sheep. So I am going to try to find some. Also, actually gonna place these real quick. Alright, I got the sheep, and my goodness, these animals are stupid and very annoying. But I got them, and now I'm going to kill the rest because they wouldn't follow. My goodness, there are a lot of sheep. This all was filled with sheep. Now there's more here. Let's go. And more up here. What? Alright, this is not good for my health. I'm going to keep going anyway, because there's so many, and I need wool. I probably don't need 42 or more, but oh well. I'm already killing them. This might result in my death, though. Okay. Nope. Never mind. I'm getting out. Yeah, one more. Never mind. Goodbye. Alright. I think that is looking quite good. Alright. I like how it looks. Maybe the roof can use a bit of work, and I'd like to somehow light it up a little bit more. But I'm happy with that, and I'm going to move on to the next build now. Alright guys, I just finished clearing out all this for my next build. It's going to be a bit of a stables for any horses I get. This is very heavily inspired by a post on Instagram that I saw, and when I mean very, I mean very. Like very, very. Pretty much directly copied, except it was built in a newer version, so I'll be not be building it completely one or how it looks, but yeah. Alright guys, since there's not really many options except for dirt, I got some soul sand to see what that might look like for kind of like trampled ground. And then I might add it in here as well, depending on how I like it. I did it in a creative world and I liked it enough, so let's see how it looks. Alright, it's looking decent, especially for the horses that I won't be able to store here, at least until later versions, because they're not in this version, so yay. I'm also going to eventually have brown wool that I'll place periodically using as a light source, but I have not found a jungle yet, and I don't want to go exploring right now. But I think it's looking pretty decent, and this will all be stone, I'm thinking. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but I think it works, at least for now, and I mean, I'm not going to change it. But with the blocks I have, I think this is decent enough. Alright, I filled all of this in. I just need to probably put wood there and a few chests and whatever I think of putting in there. And then I'm also thinking of upgrading this road so it looks a lot better. Pretty much very similar to this. But for now, it's a fishing break. Alright, I've detailed all of this road. This will stay like this because it's really just to this house. And then it's nice and detailed. This will be a blacksmith eventually. And I think I'm happy with the progress I made for this episode. I, again, kind of procrastinated, so yeah. But I like what I've done. It's not as big as an episode as I was hoping for, but it is where it is. With school starting and work, it's just gonna happen. But I'm happy, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and I will see you in the next one.